the Guineas review, a bit of a tough one to watch for us at the end, unfortunately, but just a quick look at what our runners did. Aysar coming across from the wide barrier, gets to a 3 wide position. Ole Kirk here just drops in behind him and gets a beautiful run throughout. Grandslam was exceptional, did a bit of work to get to the front, and then just kept bowling them along, and he stuck on super in the end down the straight. Poland sat outside just off his flanks and faded pretty quickly at the top of the straight, but I think I'm probably happy to forgive him. I think he's going to be a nice horse, but probably wasn't up to this group on the day, but he did do a bit of work to get to the lead from that wider barrier as well. Amish Boy, I thought was really good. Probably inside lanes weren't the best place to be on the day, I don't think, and I thought he actually did a pretty good job. Looked a bit one-paced, but I thought it was okay. And King's Legacy just finishes up getting a fair way back and cops a little bit of backwash when Tagaloa comes back through the field at some point, but I don't think he was ever really going to be in a position to threaten to win. But I'd sort of put a line through his run. I don't think it was that bad, but it wasn't obviously that good in terms of finishing in the placings. So if we roll forward, there's a point in the race, and I'll have a look on the steward's vision and show you where really Willie Pike wins the race effectively. He gets Tagaloa's back here in the early part of the race, and you'd think that he's on the right back to carry him into the race itself. But as it turns out, when Tagaloa starts to fade off, Willie Pike does a great job of seeing that coming before anyone else does, I think, and gets himself into a position where he can not cop any interference on the way back from Tagaloa and get into a spot where he can win the race. Grandslam's just enormous up front. If we just roll through here, Poland does tire, as I said. Amish Boy, a couple of runs to note. Crosshaven does a really good job. He did a lot of work early on to get outside or get up on behind the speed, and sits wide with no cover there. And the other one is Luna Fox late, does a pretty good job, and then Moanga from a long way back is enormous. So just at this point here, this is where Willie Pike just decides that you're going to come in. You'll see it better in the steward's vision a little bit later on, but he comes off the heels of Tagaloa. Before he even starts, obviously you can see that Williams is nudging him along a little bit and realises he's not going to drag him into the race, so he gets off his heels and gets to a great spot that avoids any interference. Our boy just here, Aysar, is going really well, but he's again 3 wide and he's not got any cover at this point, so he was exposed from a fair way out, to be fair. So had everything against him in terms of the type of run that he had, as opposed to the winner, Ole Kirk. I'll just go forward to the top of the straight, and you see Poland dropping out here pretty quickly. Grandslam is enormous. Like, he ran on them along at a reasonable clip. They ran 11:02 for the second furlong, and he did all of that work early doors. So for him to hang on as long as he did and stay on for third and get us some sort of return was a great effort. We'll get through. You see Tagaloa out there. Poland's dropped out at this stage. Aysar gets flushed out at the top of the straight, and you could just see what was going to unfold here for us, unfortunately. Amish Boy's running on really well. As I said, I don't think the inside lanes were the best place to be, so I thought he did a really good job. Grandslam was enormous. Just brutal watching that again. This is Luna Fox getting home well. Crosshaven did work early and stuck on pretty well. Moanga here getting home pretty nicely at the end as well. And then King's Legacy, just as I said, probably a bit inconclusive. I'm not going to put a line through him on his effort. But what I wanted to show you was just here where I think Willie Pike wins the race. You can see he's got Tagaloa's back. He's already looking, you see Williams has put him under pressure. He just ducks back to the inside. All of a sudden Tagaloa is going back through the field, and Pike's got clear air on the back of Amish Boy, who he gets off his heels, and the race is over there. I think he just looked like he was going to be the winner from that point on, unfortunately for us, but close to a big result, just wasn't to be.